Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1989 movie Batman. This is the Tim Burton directed Batman movie, and in this movie Bruce Wayne is in his early years at being Batman, and he's having to face his biggest threat up to that point, the Joker, who is trying to take over Gotham City, and Batman is trying to protect Gotham from the Joker, and we find out that there's like a big connection between the Joker's origin story and Batman's origin story. But this is a really good movie. It's always been one that I've really liked ever since I was a kid. It's a really fun and entertaining movie. It has a really great cast, especially Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. They're both just perfect as Batman and Joker. Michael Keaton is one of my favorite Batmans, if not my favorite Batman. I always debate on the live-action portrayals of Batman, which one's my favorite between him and Ben Affleck, but I think I lean more towards Michael Keaton, mostly because he got 2 solo movies. Ben Affleck really didn't get solo movies, so it's kind of hard to compare him on that level, but I love Michael Keaton. I think he's excellent as Batman, and he's pretty good as Bruce Wayne too. That's the one part where I feel like he's stronger when he's Batman, but he's fine as Bruce Wayne. He didn't quite level him out. There's not very many actors that can get Bruce Wayne and Batman down perfectly though, so it's fine for what it is. I think he's fine, like I said, and the supporting cast are all pretty good. Alfred is played by Michael Gough, and he's pretty good, and Commissioner Gordon is played by Pat Hingle, and he does a pretty good job. Neither one of these characters are like huge parts. There are smaller roles in here instead of even supporting roles, really. The movie mostly focuses on Batman and the Joker, which I think kind of works for this story. And I will say I love the sets and stuff that they use for this movie. They pretty much just built Gotham City and stuff with practical sets and everything, and it just looks awesome and holds up really well and everything. Yeah, I think it looks really good still. And the cinematography and stuff, it has this like smoky atmosphere that just makes Gotham City feel like a dirty and grimy place you really wouldn't want to live in. But it's done really well. I like that about it. And I think that Jack Nicholson as the Joker is amazing. He's not I don't think I'd say he's my favorite Joker, but he's definitely really great. He's definitely one of the best Jokers. Probably my second or third favorite, probably. I'll talk about that more eventually. I'll do a ranking of Jokers, but I think that he does a really good job though for this iteration of the character, and he steals the show whenever he's on screen, which that's something that the character of Joker, it's kind of a must-have in a Batman movie. If Joker's going to be in a movie, then he has to be able to steal the show at times, and Jack Nicholson does that. There are things about it I don't like. I don't really like how they changed the origin story to make it where Joker was the one that killed Bruce Wayne's parents. I didn't like that very much. I mean, it doesn't totally ruin the movie. I get they were trying to do something unique with it and stuff, but I just kind of prefer the traditional story with the original killer instead of Joker. But that's really my biggest complaint with the movie. The rest of it I really like, and I love the Batmobile in this. It just looks so awesome. I had a toy of the Batmobile from this movie, and it was one of my favorite toys. Because I loved how cool it was and everything, and all the little gadgets and stuff you see Batman use in this movie, the plane and different gadgets and stuff, just was really cool. And I like the bat suit in here. It's not my favorite Batman suit in a live action movie, but I still think it looks pretty cool. And like I said, this is just a really fun movie, and Danny Elfman does a score for this movie, and he just does an excellent job with it. It fits the tone of this movie perfectly, and while this one is a Tim Burton movie, it feels more like a Batman story than a Tim Burton story, which you kind of get more of that Tim Burton feeling and stuff with Batman Returns. But this one, it has that more of a traditional Batman story feel to it, but it also has kind of the Tim Burton looks, if that makes sense. So they just the production design on everything just looked really good, and everything. If you're a fan of Tim Burton, you'll probably appreciate it even more. I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton. He's one of my favorite directors, so I like it a little bit more because of that too. But all in all, I think that Batman is a really entertaining movie. It's a really great superhero movie. It was one of the first superhero movies I ever saw as a kid. It might have even been the first one, really. I don't know 100%, because I saw it close to the same time that X-Men came out. But I absolutely love this movie. It's a lot of fun and everything. It's not one I rewatch near as much as some of the other Batman movies. There's other ones that I tend to rewatch more, but I still really enjoy this one quite a bit. And it was a really great starter to the early part of the Batman franchise, when they did the ones in the late 80s and throughout the 90s. It's definitely one of the better ones for sure of that era. But so I'd say I'd give Batman an 8.5 out of 10. It's really entertaining. It has its flaws and everything with them doing this stuff with the origin story, but it's still really an entertaining movie and just a lot of fun to watch. So it's definitely one that I always have to watch. And also, almost forgot to mention, my favorite scene in the movie is when Joker fries the guy and everything. He keeps making jokes after he fries him, and then like at the end of the scene, he's like, "I'm glad you're dead," and he starts laughing and everything like a maniac and stuff. I just love that scene. It's classic Joker and everything. That's easily my favorite scene in the movie. But yeah, so anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Batman from 1989, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.